Hello again everyone, welcome back to another video on this wonderful platform we call the internet. Now, Battlefield 6 is right around the corner. If anything, actually to be precise, it's tomorrow. So, a lot of people, such as myself, are excited. Unfortunately though, not everyone feels that way. And, of course, that is none other than Call of Duty fanboys who are complaining that it's not like Call of Duty. And well, if that's the case, then why don't we just go play Call of Duty? But of course, I'm just going to show just a couple of clips of this and discuss it. So, well, yeah, you know, there we have it. So, feel free to sit back, relax, and, well, enjoy the salt, because we're in for a treat. Now, just real quick before we begin, this is taken from a YouTuber by the name of Sneaky Cacti, who then took it from another YouTuber by the name of Klutzy King. So, yeah, just figured I'd clarify that before we get into it, and also, well, definitely worth checking out their videos. Definitely worth a watch, pretty decent. And also, yeah, that's why the background gameplay is different, at least during these segments.
Oh man, I've been meaning to do a video on this because there's a lot of controversy, and it's probably like all my clips on TikTok get taken out of context.
Ah yes, the good old-fashioned "you're just taking me out of context" excuse. Haven't heard that one before now, have we? I mean, DSP pulls it almost all the time.
And it blows over. A lot of people have been saying it and coming to my streams that Warzone players or Call of Duty players are ruining Battlefield 6 or just Battlefield in general.
You're not wrong there, because let's face it, you've come over to Battlefield trying to play it like Call of Duty, and then you're acting surprised that it plays nothing like Call of Duty. And instead of just, like any other person, just admitting, okay, well, it's fun enough, but not my cup of tea, so I'm just going to go back and play Call of Duty. Instead, you get the idea to complain about it and hope that they change the game up to make it like Call of Duty, which is what is resulting in all the backlash, because, well, look at the current state of Call of Duty, and to see Battlefield 6 end up no better, then, yeah, it's not really going to make a lot of people very happy, because yes, they're both first-person shooters, but their gameplay is pretty different from one another. Call of Duty is more of a arcadey shooter that has fast-paced action moments and all that, whereas Battlefield tends to more so focus on large-scale warfare, if you know what I mean. Like, rather than just running around small maps just shooting one another, you're, you know, taking control of control points and all that, and so on and so forth, and it feels like a actual large-scale war going on, which is what Battlefield is known for compared to Call of Duty. And to see them, and if they were to change that, just because some people were whinging and bitching, yeah, it's not really going to make hardcore Battlefield fans very impressed. So, yeah, that's all there is to it, really.
Or the game in general, because it's never been like that. Even when I was growing up and Battlefield and Call of Duty were coexisting at the same time, it was never to this extent where Battlefield community was gatekept of Call of Duty and vice versa.
Well, for starters, it's once again because you're going into this expecting it to be like Call of Duty. You then see that it's not, act surprised, and instead of just moving on and just going back to Call of Duty, you want them to change it up to be like Call of Duty rather than just going back to, well, Call of Duty. And that's where the problem is, because once again, look at the state of COD, it's not really that good. And to have something as good as Battlefield 6 and then just because of a few people whinging online about it, they change it to be like some other pile of crap, yeah, it's not really going to be that good of a look, really. Because the only reason is you went into this running around with a knife like it's Call of Duty to get some viral Twitch clips and all that, and playing the game not the way it's meant to be. Not to be that sort of person that says, oh, it's illegal to play a game on a difficulty that isn't hard and so on and so forth, but in this case, it is meant to be played a certain way. As a medic, you're supposed to revive people whenever you get the chance to. As an engineer, you repair tanks and aircraft and so on and so forth. And yeah, you get the idea. As for you, well, you're not doing any of that because you want to run around with a knife, which is in the case of Battlefield supposed to be used when you are up close with another enemy, whether it be a player or whatever, rather than COD where you can just run around with or the entire match if you want to and just one hit kill people like you're hot shit or something and get your viral Twitch clips and all that. Whereas in Battlefield, it's just meant for if you end up face to face with another player and you don't have time to shoot or you're out of ammo and all, you can just press the button and melee kill them, and that's it. So honestly, it's not the type of thing that Battlefield is meant for. And instead of just admitting that it's not your cup of tea and you prefer COD, which is fine and all that, well, you complain about it and hope that the devs change the entire game to suit your needs. Well, hate to break it to you, but that's not exactly how it works. Now, for those such as myself who play Call of Duty and then go to Battlefield and play it the way it's supposed to be played, well, there's no problem with that, of course, because you're playing it the way it's meant to be played and all that. Like, I play both Call of Duty and Battlefield, and yet and just like other players, like what I just mentioned, have the sense to know that it's meant to be played differently, so I play it the way it's meant to be. Like, I'm not 100% a medic main, but I play him often, and when I do, I try to heal other players every chance I get. And as an engineer, you repair other players' tanks and helicopters and shit like that every chance I get. Like, how hard is that to do? Like, seriously. Now, on to the next person.
Also, I'm going to talk about this for 1 second, bro. I see people talking about, like,
Battlefield doesn't need to be all right.
Oh yeah, that. Bummer, huh?
can you guys just let us have one that like BRs? Like,
Yeah, real funny. Oh god, you're serious.
Well, yeah, nah, it doesn't need a battle royale. It's better off without one. Like, there's hordes of battle royales that you can play. Fortnite, Warzone, and several others. Battlefield doesn't need one. They already tried an extraction royale in 2042, and, well, that didn't exactly go well, and I did it. Just let DICE cook with the development of Battlefield 6. And once again, just like with the last guy, it's not for you, and if it isn't, then just go back to what you like playing. That's what I do and what any other person would do. I do not know what else to say, and I don't know what else to tell you.
I have loved Battle Royale since, if you want to get a little old school here, I played Battle Royale since Arma 3 BR.
Okay, this might sound crazy, but just go and play that then. Same thing with Warzone and Fortnite and so on and so forth. Battlefield 6 is not focusing on Battle Royale, so that's it. There's nothing you can really do about it. Nothing anyone can really do about it. Like, I play Need for Speed the most. It's my all-time favourite franchise. And yet, when I go to another franchise such as Gran Turismo, Forza Motorsport, or Grid, or whatever, you don't see me complaining that I want them to be more like Need for Speed, or and so on and so forth, and same thing with any other game, really. I guess you could say I adapt. And, well, in this case, Battlefield 6 is doing just fine without a Battle Royale, so it doesn't need one. And for those who want one, well, just go to one of your other preferred games and just play that one instead. It's that simple. Like, if something as simple as that is so hard to understand, then clearly something is wrong. With that the case, the reason why we're gatekeeping Battlefield 6 so much is because it's shit like this, which is why certain game franchises fall off from either under pressure, changing up for people like you who complain about certain things, or to chase trends. Case in point, Hazard Zone, Firestorm, which I already mentioned before. Hazard Zone, that is. And that's what ruins certain gaming experiences, from having to change it up under pressure of people like you complaining, or through chasing trends. And with that case, Battlefield 6 is just fine the way it is. I'm not saying that because I have played it personally, that's not till tomorrow, but from what I've seen so far, well, once again, it is just fine the way it is. Once again, that's why people are gatekeeping it so much, so it doesn't get ruined and turn into a absolute travesty like all these other games that have been changed under pressure and so on. That's all there is to it, really. So honestly, case in point, we're better off without you trying to change up games that we like for what they are and what they've always been. So yeah, once again, with that the case, just go back to Call of Duty and go back to your other Battle Royales and shit like that. That's what I do. That's what any other person does. Like, let's take Wu Chang for example. It's not really my type of game, but I still like playing it and even use it as background gameplay from time to time. Yet you won't see me complaining about that it's not like Mortal Kombat or Battlefield and Need for Speed and so on, because that's not what it's supposed to be. Therefore, I just keep to myself about it. It's not my type of game 100%, but I still find enjoyment out of playing it here and there. Yet I don't expect it to be... Yet I don't expect them to change it into a fucking first-person shooter or some crap. All because I don't like it for what it is and what it's meant to be. Like, once again, if this is so hard to understand, then something is wrong. And this is why Battlefield fans are gatekeeping Call of Duty players. Once again, not all Call of Duty players. Like, once again, the ones that, you know, mostly play Call of Duty but go to Battlefield and play Battlefield the way it's meant to be without problem and don't complain about it, that's fine. But the ones like you that expect everything to be like fucking Call of Duty, yeah, you're the ones that we want to gatekeep this game from. Because if we don't, then it will be yet another game franchise that gets ruined. And, well, that's pretty much what has happened with Call of Duty and countless other games. So yeah, I'd say that Battlefield 6 is just fine the way it is. And if you don't like that, well, yeah, once again, that's fine. But don't expect them to change it up just for you, therefore ruining it for almost everyone else. With that the case, you just, once again, go back to what you personally like. That's what I do, that's what any other person does. Simple as that. Like, how hard is that to fucking understand? With that the case, yeah, we're better off without you and that other guy in it trying to influence how the game plays and all that, all because you can't fucking play it properly because you're too used to Call of Duty. Like, seriously, pull your fucking head in. Anyway though, I don't really know what else to say really, so I'll just leave it there. Battlefield 6 comes out tomorrow, we're looking forward to it, and well, it's going to smash Call of Duty out of the park, as it is with the beta and all that, and player count and all that. The Black Ops 7 beta couldn't even hit 100,000 players. Not sure if that's on console or PC, but either way, like, player count is a player count. Whereas, if I saw correctly, Battlefield 6, I don't know if it's the beta or not, had like a bit over 500,000 players. So, yeah, things aren't really looking too good for COD this year. It seems as if Black Ops 7 is the last straw when it comes to Call of Duty being an absolute dumpster fire. So yeah, I'll just leave it there. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.